Okay, it's adding you. We're connected.
Yes!
We're here.
Listen, I was going to tap about this morning, but I think we need to do tapping right away. I thought that was hilarious. I could hear you saying, we need tapping.
We need to tap. Oh my God.
We're here. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Okay.
Well, welcome. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Everybody watching, we're giving this $100 giveaway today. So we've got
Yeah, that's why they're here.
Yeah, this is great. So, okay. Whew. All right.
Bring it down.
Okay. All right. So Colette, go ahead and introduce yourself and let us know how you got into this. Okay.
What, are you going to hide around the corner and tap?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. All right. I see some of my folks on here already. My name is Colette Liose. I go by Tapngrl. Actually, I'm going to tell you, I was dubbed that name by my sister years ago when I found the tapping. And she was in a line of work where she was something girl. And she said, "Oh, you ought to be Tapngrl." So she bought my first vanity plate where it says Tapngrl. And I've done it every year since. So that's how we got to Tapngrl. I found tapping in 2007. I live in Indiana. Since 2007, I have been teaching, practicing, and facilitating tapping. I think it is the most amazing technique ever. You can use it for everything. And it's just been an awesome process for me since 2007 of learning how to use it better, navigate it better, teach it. I've been on a mission to get this in the hands of children and parents. Lately, I've been dabbling in the autism world.
Oh, wow.
Actually, I started working with someone with Asperger's and mild on the autism scale several years ago. We had amazing results. And now I've been working with some nonverbal autistic. Really, really cool stuff for me to learn that I didn't realize that one of the things with autism is that they don't have control of their body.
Right.
So the tapping is really amazing for that because we calm down the brain. What happens in the brain goes into the body. So we've just had some really cool things happen with that.
Well, before you go on, let's tell people what tapping is.
Okay. Tapping, the formal name for tapping. Yeah, I forget. I think everybody knows what I know. The formal name for tapping is emotional freedom technique. It was developed in the mid 90s is when Gary Craig, who is the founder, rolled it out to the world. When he was doing his initial workshops, it was with psychotherapists, psychiatrists, psychologists, hypnotherapists, people in the healing arts, because it's like talk therapy on steroids, is the way that I describe it. Tapping is a way that we dispense negative emotions and negative emotional experiences from the body, because we are actually combining our knowledge of the meridian system that is thousands of years old in the body. We have these channels that go all through the body. It's known as the meridian systems. And we combine that with modern psychological concepts like sabotage and understanding why we're doing what we're doing and what happened when I was a little kid to now I'm on my fourth alcoholic and my parents were an alcoholic and I said I'd never do that. And, you know, so I help people release limiting beliefs and all kinds of things to allow them to catch up to their best life possible. Tapping can be used for absolutely everything. Today, actually, I was going to tap before we got on here today, and I never really did. I was feeling so good. I thought this is going to be fine. Well, and it always is. I mean, you know, it always is.
As you were just kind of demonstrating, can you do just a little demo of what tapping is? Just
yes,
in your little box we have.
Absolutely. Let's go just a little bit before I do that. Let's talk for a minute more about, I want to talk about, there are two things that Gary Craig always said with the tapping, and I absolutely am a huge fan of. One is try it on everything. The other one is be persistent. Okay. I do 1 minute miracles with people. I get 1 minute miracles, but I don't promise those. And if you have arthritis and you've been working on that for 50 years, chances are that's going to be an ongoing process for you to tap and clear the resentment and the criticism and those kind of negative emotions. I'm kind of looking at my notes. I got a little frazzled. There's not anything you can't use the tapping for. Phobias, fears. I help people clear money blocks. I'll tell you after we do it, but I've just had some amazing manifestations with everyone. But when I do it with kids, it's so gratifying to know that they're not going to be, trying to figure out why they're getting the stuff they're getting when they're 40, 50, 60, like I am, because we can get this stuff out of there when they're little. So what
Right.
we're doing when we're doing the tapping is we're actually directing it at what's the problem, okay, along with an affirmation of self-love. So today, what we're going to do, just to do it real generically, is we're going to say stress and anxiety. Okay. So
Okay.
what we do first is we tap on what's called the karate chop, and it's that little part right down from the little finger. You use the fingers while you're doing it. Either hand, you cannot do it wrong. Okay.
Yep.
And then what we do is when you're working with me, you're actually just going to repeat what I say. Okay. So the first thing we want to do is, because we always do what we call a SUDS level, and that's subjective units of distress. And you rate on a 1 to 10, how high is your anxiety? Where are you at?
I'm at 8 right now.
I know, I'm like 8, 9. Okay,
Sorry,
so
buddy.
going right here, okay, you're just going to repeat after me, and anybody who's on here, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and get your rating, okay? And you're going to say, even though I have this stress and anxiety,
Even though I have this stress and anxiety,
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
And I'm just changing hands. You
That's
don't
fine.
have to. And even though I have all this anxiety,
And even though I have all this anxiety,
this stress
this stress
in my body and mind,
in my body and mind,
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
One more time. And even though I have this stress and anxiety
And even though I have this stress and anxiety
in my body and mind,
in my body and mind,
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
Okay,
I hope
now,
everybody's
first,
doing it with me.
say it again.
I said, I hope everybody's doing it with me.
Yeah, oh yeah, everybody do it. Okay, the first spot's called the eyebrow. It's right where the eyebrow starts. It's really where the eyebrow and the bridge of the nose come together. So you don't need to be in your eyeball, okay?
Okay.
You just want to be about right there, and you just tap lightly. If you should not be hurting from tapping, okay? There's no bleeding, no bruising, no, okay. I have some people go, oh my God, I cut my face up with my nails. No, don't do that.
Way to go, Patty.
Right here. Okay. This stress and anxiety in my body and mind. And then you say it.
Okay, the stress and anxiety in my body and mind.
Side of the eye. All this stress in my body and mind.
All this stress in my body and mind.
Okay, under the eye, feel that bone. This stress and anxiety from all of this technical stuff.
The stress and anxiety from all this technical stuff.
Under the nose. I'm so stressed out.
I'm so stressed out.
Right here, chin. It's the denty part. This stress in my body and mind.
The stress in my body and mind.
Collarbone. Oh, I can feel it.
This is crazy. I hope you're all doing this.
Yeah, go ahead and say it. I've got this stress.
I've got the stress.
Okay, the next spot's called under the arm. For women, it's the middle of the bra strap. For men, it's 4 inches down from the armpit. Sometimes with kids, I do it like this because we like to be like monkeys.
Yeah.
Okay. This stress and anxiety in my body and mind.
The stress and anxiety in my body and mind.
Top of the head. All this stress I'm feeling.
All this stress I'm feeling.
Okay, take a nice breath. Now, we were like 8, 9. What'd you go to?
Probably a 5, 4.
Okay. Okay. I felt as soon as we got here, now I've done this so long, it's highly intuitive. As soon as we got here, I felt it come down.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Janet's asking if we can hit the correct spots with our glasses on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't have mine on, but the way you did it, you just want to be, if you notice, everywhere we tapped had bone behind it. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's actually that bone that kind of vibrates the meridian.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Okay.
so you don't have to be exact. Some people like tap between the eyebrows, the side of the eyes, like right there,
Yeah.
under the eye.
Oh, I
right
have
here.
this like cool feeling going over me right now. It's
Okay,
like
cool. It
yeah.
can take just a minute. I usually
Yeah.
have to tell people when I go on to another conversation, there is a method to my madness.
Yeah.
I'm giving it just a minute to come in and settle things
Yeah.
down. Now some people think, oh, I'm not stressed because you just distracted me. No,
Yeah.
that's not it.
Yeah.
It really is brain science. And this is what I love teaching about this now. Because, when we used to say it's energy work, people would be like, that's weird. Okay. We now know enough. This is such an amazing time to be alive that we now know enough that we know this is really brain body science. So let me just take a minute and explain that. When we have a thought, chemicals are created in the brain, in the mind, okay, up here in your head, okay, and they cascade into the body. Adrenaline, cortisol, insulin, okay. Whether you have a good or bad thoughts, these hormones, these chemicals can flow down into the body.
Yeah.
When those negative stress things are going on, those hormones that go into the body actually go to like the organs, and that's why that emotion feels so real. When we're tapping and we're actually focusing on the stress, the anxiety, the pain, the no money, the fight in the relationship, we're stopping that chemical dump.
Yeah.
I do want to share this. As an example, because it'll, especially since you work with children and all that. One of the things that I love to do is I love to get parents involved. Parents learning, understanding the tapping first is really, really amazing. I worked with an 11-year-old. She had very high anxiety. And in between time seeing her, she comes over and she says, well, you know that thing about, being worried about my family? And I said, yes. And she goes, it's worse. I said, okay. So we started tapping, and this is how the tapping is meant to work. We started tapping about the fear and the anxiety when her family's not around, because like when her parents would have date night, she would, start texting them within each, half an hour, when you guys coming home and all those kinds of things. And basically what ended up happening, because tapping brings up memory. So when you start asking the questions, when else have you felt this way? Da, 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 da. Turns out it was so cute because she says when I was little.
Oh.
Okay. She's 11 and says when I was little. What happened was the cat got out of the house. And the cat went across the street and the cat got hit. Now, she didn't actually see it, but she knew that the cat got hurt. And basically I said, okay, so tell me about the cat. Well, the cat was her best friend. She told the cat everything. She, all this. So we went through, we tapped all about the loss of the cat, all about the friendship, all about the whatever. And the next thing I know, she's like, because this is how it works. She's like, I'm good. I go, what do you mean you're good? She's like, I'm fine with all of it. I get it now. Da, da, da. And the mom and dad told me that I asked the mom, and she said, when they went out, she was not texting them within an hour. When are you coming home and all those things. So that's the way it works, is we go in, we find the matches, we find where you got that info, and we go in and we start doing the tapping about these things. We start having a shift, a cognitive shift, and letting go of the negative emotional attachment, where they're able to actually then, now she's not going to be 40, 50, 60 trying to figure out why she still has this anxiety running her life.
Exactly.
And it's just for kids, it's fantastic for the anxiety. I've said for years, when we get kids doing this, we're not going to have bullies. We're not going to, I've tapped with kids about tapping out the bullying that's happened to them.
Yeah.
So it can be used for absolutely anything. I love getting it in the hands of parents first. Tapping before they're going to bed, in the morning before school. It's just so powerful. One of the questions that Brianna sent me that you were going to ask is, what's the one thing I want people to know? And I will say this, the one thing that I want people to know is, don't discount it because it looks so simple. It is amazing brain technology, body brain technology for whatever your issue might be. Try the tapping. I do it one-on-one. I teach it in group. I love teaching it to kids, parents. I mean, everybody knows, who knows me knows, if you get within earshot, you're going to hear about tapping. And it's just so amazing. I do go, if you go to my page or my Facebook page, you can find me. My phone, Google Voice is 717 Tapngrl, Tapngrl. You can find me on Facebook as Colette Liose, and I have another page, Tapngrl, Tapngrl. Tapping Into You. I do 2 shows a month on Hamilton County Television that we broadcast through Facebook. I go live every Tuesday morning where I do some teaching, because I'm also a law of attraction teacher, helping people understand how that law works and how to get what you want in this life and all kinds of things. So when I do that, I actually do some teaching and then I do some tapping. So those are just fantastic ways to, find out about it. It's just so amazing that I'm telling you, if you don't rate your stuff when you start out, before you know it, you're going to think, oh, I just changed my mind.
Yeah.
I mean, I have people do that. That's why we do the rating. And the thing is, I got to tell you, even though we've had all this go on, my anxiety is still less since we did that 1 round of tapping.
I hear you. Mine is too. Yeah. I've succumbed to the technical problems. I just appreciate everybody, really
hanging in there with us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I really appreciate it. We're going to go on a little while in the threads and let people, I'm going to make sure everybody gets their guests in, and then I'm going to announce it on our page who the winner is.
Okay.
But
okay.
I really appreciate you coming on. I am sorry again, everybody, about all the technical difficulties.
Yeah.
But we're going to get this right one of these days.
Yeah, well, I don't know what your life looks like. I mean, do you only do this on Wednesdays?
We do Wednesdays at 12:30 every week. We will provide information here about tapping. We'll put your information on our page so that people can contact you. Next week, we have Carmel Police Officer James Gross, and he's going to talk to us about car seat safety. And you know what? We're going to do this $100 giveaway again next week. So please join us. Make your guesses during the live, and we'll award another $100. So thank you all for participating. Colette, thank you for your patience today. It's been great talking to you. You're full of energy. I love it.
Oh yeah, I don't lack for that.
No, you're great. I love it. So everybody have a great Wednesday, okay? Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.